Good morning, everybody. It is time to get up, rise and shine. Last couple of days of July, and then before you know it, we're into the last 4 months of the year, and then it goes like this. So let's go. It is also going to be a pretty awesome Wednesday because we've got a guest with us, someone called Ceylonia Bekker, who's sitting here with me now. She could be either a beauty queen, TV presenter, MC, actress, any of those. Just take your pick. And she's our guest this morning. We're going to talk to her about a whole bunch of things. But it's nice to have you here.
Good morning, Gareth.
Yeah, how are you?
At the crack of dawn, we are here.
Yeah, dawn's crack.
Hey?
That dawn has got one hell of a crack, huh?
Correct.
Yeah, and she loves showing it off.
Gareth, thank you for having me.
What a pleasure.
I'm so
Nice to
excited
see
to
you.
be here. And
Yeah.
I look up to you, man. You're amazing. You've done
Uh-oh.
everything too, ne?
Uh-oh.
Just like me.
Are you putting pressure on me?
No.
I hate it when people say, I look up to you, because I always wonder, you know, I don't know. I don't look up to people that way. Maybe that's why it bothers me.
No, I think that you have a voice and you speak your truth, and not a lot of people do that. And people listen to you, Gareth. And that's a quality that I would like to develop myself.
Listen, we've all got to do that. Everyone has to, right? And what I find too often in South Africa, and thank you, I mean, that's kind of you to say, but I think too many people expect that I would consider that a compliment when actually a lot of the time I get annoyed when people, not you in this case, but often people will say to me, oh, you know, it's so great that you say what you say and you're prepared to speak out against this and you're talking about stuff that all the rest of us are thinking, but we're too scared to say. And I kind of feel like saying to those people, what are you afraid of? You know?
Yeah, but I think you just have the platform. I mean, people are saying these things.
Everyone these days, come on,
everyone
doesn't everyone have a platform these days?
That's true. If you're brave enough to actually say that online, that's
yeah. I wonder what people are so afraid of. It's like if you, and this is not some guru life advice or motivational nonsense. It's like if you don't say what you think, and I mean, obviously, a lot of people are playing games, right? So they want to be friends with everybody. They want to get ahead in their career. I understand that. So they need to be nice. So sometimes they'll go with the flow rather than say what they think. But I just feel like in the end, that wears you down.
Yeah.
And maybe because I can't imagine a world for me where I wouldn't be able to say what I think.
Yeah.
I always look at people who they want to be like that, but they aren't. And all you have to do is switch it on. Like everyone has it. So to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you not switch that on? You know, it's like waking up in the morning and going, I think I will not wash before I go to work. I'll stink like shit and everybody else will have to deal with me. You know what I mean? I mean, instead of going, I want to wake up and do and say and be the person I really want to be.
Yeah, be
What's
fresh.
the point of messing around?
I do think we have this in common. I did a reality TV show. I'm very Afrikaans, by the way.
You did that show, Op My Age.
Op My Age.
Okay, now that was, was this the guy who was looking for a girlfriend?
Yes, yeah.
Who was the guy?
His name is Fransjo Jacobs. So I went on the show. I kind of knew him, right?
Who is he? Why don't I know him?
He's a South African actor.
Okay.
He does a lot of work. He's a funny guy. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a very nice, very charming,
So
interesting guy.
the premise of the show is he's looking for a wife.
For a wife.
Not for a girlfriend.
No, for a girlfriend. For a girlfriend.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's a wife. Yeah. So it's very much like The Bachelor, but the very Afrikaans
So you find
version.
a picture of this guy in case I might recognize him. Okay.
So I went on the show and I used to
Shut up, Siri. Sorry.
No.
You know, when your phone tries to take over, you're having a conversation with somebody. Sorry, Ceylonia. How rude. How dare you?
No, tell Siri I say hi. So I did movies and stuff before. I even studied drama at Stellenbosch. I bailed. At that young age, I couldn't handle this industry. I was too young.
Okay,
It
what
was
put
too
you
much.
off?
Drama school. Drama school.
Are the people there irritating and it's just bullshit? Because my sister did drama for a couple of years before she, thank God,
I
decided to
didn't
become a
think
lawyer.
it had to be so therapeutic.
It's
Therapy.
No, but it's also such bullshit,
Yeah,
right?
they didn't have to break you down for you to play a character. You're supposed to walk in there with confidence. You
But
understand?
she said they spent some of their classes like talking to trees and shit.
Yeah, but that's important. Those things are important. You have to be the tree and the troll, and you have to, because you have to learn how to act. But
Did you pay for your own studies, or did your parents?
no, my mom did.
Yeah, your poor
Yeah.
mother. Can you imagine her
But
shelling out those
Hear me
thousands of
out.
rands and you're talking to a tree?
I
Don't you
know.
feel guilty?
Okay, but I do have a degree in graphic design. I've lived. I've done
Yeah,
a few
but the
other
tree
things.
talking, she paid for that too.
I know. However, and they used to call me Kaiki because I have such a high voice. So anyway, so after that, I went to go study graphic design, which was a very good choice for me. But then I bailed. I was like, I honestly don't want to be part of this at all. And then I saw that he is doing a reality TV show, and I was like, let me just go do it because
Okay.
I'm going to learn so much about myself. Not that I wanted to make out with a guy on TV because I didn't. I'm the only girl on this whole show that never kissed the guy, on the
Oh,
show.
that was lame of you. You
No,
could have
I'm
you
so
could have at least
glad I
got stuck
didn't.
in there.
I'm so
I mean,
glad that footage doesn't exist.
really?
I'm so glad, yeah. But I went on the show and first it was
Is that a big deal? Like you seem to think that's a big deal.
I'd
That
do it. No, if for a role I would do it. If
Yeah.
you pay me and there's like a setup where I'm comfortable.
We wouldn't do it for some sad bachelor.
No, are you kidding? No.
All right.
But anyway, so I did the show and it was a lot. It was a lot. You're in a room full of girls that you're competing against to get the guy.
I've never understood that. It's like that other show that they have on, I think it's Boersoeke Vrou or something.
Yeah.
They do
way
the same
more
thing.
vanilla, though.
They put all these poor women in the room together. And Bachelor and all of those things, right?
Yeah.
They put these women in the room together. And then they basically say, this guy is going to choose one of you. The rest of you, he doesn't give a shit about. And just carry on, just be friends. Now, I mean, if I'm competing with people for the duration of the competition, I can't be your friend,
100%. But
right? Would you want to have won?
No.
Would you have wanted to be the girl he chose?
No, not at the time. It's weird. It's like you live in a bubble of all these girls.
Yeah.
It's like the outside world doesn't exist. But I got so put off by the. I don't actually want to talk ugly about it because it's actually an amazing
No,
show.
I want you to. I want you to be honest about it. You're not here to support them in PR, but you're also not here to lie.
The girls really wanted him. They really were in love with him. They really strived to be part of whatever world it is that he has, And I learned so much about talking, about being myself, about talking into a camera, about looking back at the footage and be like, oh my gosh, I am so happy with who I am, proud of my choices. For me, it was media training.
Okay.
It really was an
That makes sense.
amazing experience. And to deal with so many emotions. And I was the wild card. So while I came in with a helicopter and all these girls didn't expect the blonde girl to come in. And they treated me like shit.
I'm sure.
Sorry. But
And
they
I'm
did.
sure that the most of the horrible treatment was off camera, right?
Yeah, no, it really was. So, and I survived it.
But let me understand, these other girls, they're serious about this.
No,
They're
they did.
looking to hook up and to be in a relationship and or marriage.
Yeah.
It's like the girls who enter these other two shows we just spoke about. It's become like a placeholder for how to meet people because they just don't have the skills to actually go out and meet someone anymore and look someone in the eye and say, hey, I find you kind of attractive. You seem like you've got your shit together. You've got a car. You got some money. You can take me out for a dinner. We can discuss actually interesting stuff. They can't do that. It's too much work. Rather, just put me on a show and I'll play a part so that I can hopefully have my dreams come true. It's like
But
Disney
Gareth,
has sold them some shit.
However, though, I do think that platform and what comes with it after being on that show is a good thing. Because you learn so much. So many of these girls have started businesses after doing that show, have careers in talking and media
Really?
and social media. Yes.
What, just from appearing in a
From
dating
appearing-
show?
Because they opened up their hearts. They were kind. They were moist. There were parts of them that actually came out on the
I
show.
don't
They were
understand.
beautiful.
Hang on, we got to get into this a little bit
Yeah.
because you've done like Binnenlanders.
Yes.
You've done.
I was a weather girl on ENCA. We have
You've
to talk
done
about that.
the weather on TV, which
Yeah.
I believe weather girls are a huge asset that we've just
I-
thrown away. I
I'm
love weather girls. I
Oh
think
my
it's
gosh.
massively important.
Thank you for
In
saying
fact,
that.
the most evolved countries in the world, places like Italy, sophisticated Spain, Argentina, these have got beautiful women presenting the weather. Nobody gives a shit about the weather. You put a beautiful woman on the TV looking great, and suddenly people care about the weather. Because you know what? You can get the weather from this now. You don't need some. So why make it a thing on TV? Because it gives you an opportunity to put a beautiful woman on TV.
Yeah.
Now they have like just the screen with the temperatures on. Who except 90-year-old men gives a shit about that?
Look, it was an awesome opportunity.
But
and
sorry. I just don't want to lose my train
we
of
don't
thought
want
here.
to. Yeah, we want to
So
stay with.
you've done
we wanna stay
Binnenlanders,
with
the weather,
Op my ijs.
and you've done this TV show. I mean, this movie, this Blue Taunt that we've got to
Yeah.
talk about too. But what are what businesses have they started out of media because they were on TV?
Influencing.
Oh, God. Okay.
I know.
All right.
I'm not an influencer, and that is something I'm quite proud of.
What are
I
they?
have-
So
I've had the- I've
they're
had-
flogging people's shit online?
Yeah, they're just selling like hairbrushes and stuff, I
Oh, my
suppose.
God. That's not a career.
Okay, that's not a career. That is true, but I don't regret that show, and I don't regret who I was because it started me in the right direction, to where I am now. I went from Op my ijs to ENCA to Miss SA.
Yeah.
It gave me confidence.
So are you doing Miss SA?
Miss SA is going through some changes right now. The show might actually be postponed, and I'm quite sad about it because I'm 30 this year. It's my last year that I could have, actually been part of the
Bitches.
competition.
They're gonna can it, so keep you out.
But I am not your original beauty queen, Akis. I have tattoos. I'm wild and I'm weird, and it would have been cool to try. And I'm competitive,
Uh-huh.
I really would have been. But anyway, I
just
Bring
wanna,
it back,
I just
guys,
want to see these
please.
comments quickly. Judith says, "Good morning, Ceylonia is a pretty lady."
Oh, thank you.
Andrew
Gina.
says, "Where did she get that nightgown?" I think she's very smart.
It
She's
is
dressed
6
warmly.
o'clock, my kings.
Amen. Make the weather great again, says Jason. So he agrees with you and me.
Thank you.
Can she do the weather for us this morning, please?
Yes, there is a yellow level 2 warning.
No. Wait. Let's do this professionally.
Okay.
James, can you and Flex work out a weather background, and we do something? We move one of the cameras later in the show, and she can actually do the weather for us. Yeah. Figure that out in the meantime. Okay. Then people are saying, "Yeah, she's awesome." That is not true, Gareth, says Congo Chris. Meteorology is interesting.
It is.
For your info, snow report suggests that Pretoria might see some of the cold white stuff.
Yeah.
Really today?
No, it's not what it said. The SA Weather Service didn't say this. There's a yellow, it's more rainfall. But over the weekend, there's a cold front coming on Monday. So that's,
Oh, yeah. And some.
Yeah.
Okay, and here we are talking about the weather.
isn't it?
I never thought I'd ever do this. Look what you've done. What if we replace Gareth with this pretty lady and we can keep the show 3 times a week, says Bitcoin Boot.
I'll come in on the other days if you need
Okay.
me. I'll be here.
All right, very good. So, how did you get into doing the weather? How does that happen? Because you don't have to be qualified.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a casting.
Oh.
But hear me out. When I got that casting, I was like, I'm doing this. I need this job. I'm getting this job.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of things in my life, somewhere in your brain, you're like, I'm going to do this. I
Sure.
will get this.
Yeah.
And it was one of those. So I wrote the script. They were like, okay, cool. You're going to come in. You're going to present the weather. You write your own script. And I did. I did a lot of research and I just went in and I did it. But afterwards, I knew I messed up a few times. So I emailed them. I was like, guys, listen, I can do this. I want this job.
Yeah.
I'm ready. And that kind of worked out for me. The hungrier you are, right?
So how long did you do it for?
6 months.
That's pretty awesome.
And I had to learn everything about South Africa. I had to learn about all the provinces.
And you have to learn how to pronounce all the names.
Yeah, but I can do it. I can do it
You're
better.
the only person who's got that right. I still call it P, and who cares about their weather?
But I respected the way of speaking. I respected the cities. I respected how big and beautiful South Africa is, and I love doing this.
But tell me
game.
how it would work.
Okay, how it
so
works.
you sit there, and do you have to get the?
No, so it's 6 a.m. It's live, right?
Okay.
So I was on the South African Morning, which is, I'm going to assume one of the bigger shows on ENCA with Masego Raslaga and Dan Moyane
Okay.
and Dan Corder. So
Okay.
I walk in, I'm like, okay, lekker, I can do this. They have a whole map at the back. It's a real map. It's not a green screen map.
Okay.
And I read from the teleprompter, but the script is written by me. So I get my information from the South African Weather Service the night before and then the morning of, in case there's a change.
Right.
I go through the information. I make sure that I understand what I'm saying and can compartmentalize it because I can't say everything.
No, sure.
I have 1 minute to, firstly, we do warnings and then we do temperatures. And then I have 2 minutes later on to speak about all 9 provinces.
But hang on, did you have during your 6 months, were there any huge weather events that
Yes,
really
it was
fucked with people?
Oh, I
You
love
get like
it. I love that
floods.
you asked me this. It was the most that it's rained in 30 years in South Africa in February.
Okay.
And I am the weather girl for it.
So when
It
did
was
this
really
contract
stressful.
end?
January. It was June. No, January. In April. It was end of April. And I started last year in November.
Have they put someone else on?
No.
They
So
canned it.
yeah, they've canned it. It's just visual boards. But I think I was a bit stiff, and I think but I did I was friendly, and I loved it, and I learned so much, Gareth. And you know what? I'm just proud. I did
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I know Dan Moyane from years ago when we were on radio together. He's pretty cool.
He's amazing.
Someone's asking here, what about Dan Corder? What's it? You poor thing, says Andrew.
So they giants. They've all been doing this 15 years. I mean,
I didn't know who Dan Corder
Masego-
was until this year.
Oh, he's good though.
Is he?
He started on TikTok and then he's good. I like
Okay.
him so much.
I'll take your word for it.
So these people have been, Masego was a reporter before. I'm not going to say how long.
Yeah,
They
she was
all-
also on radio. Yeah.
So, just being there on their show and getting to know them,
Is it a fun kind of, because morning
no, it was,
shows can be amazing. They can also be very, very stressful and tense because
Yeah.
people are up early, and this one's they had to rush the kid to hospital the night before, and the other one's got some health problem, and people are tired, and people are grouchy, and they haven't had their coffee, and you know how it goes sometimes in the morning. And TV's hard because you've got to look the part, not just sound the part.
Which
Radio's
was my
different, right?
favorite part, Gareth. I love the outfits. I love the hair. I
You
love
like
the
that stuff?
makeup.
Oh, so you like the tarting up? Okay,
yes,
that's fun.
I loved it.
And what did they make? Did they make you wear certain things, or you choose what you wanted
Yes,
to wear?
they bought me a wardrobe.
Okay.
So it was very professional. We can't be full Ceylonia kort rokkies.
Not
We
sexy
can't.
stuff?
No, it got sexier over time because I liked it.
No, so when I was talking about having a weather girl, those countries that I mentioned, they have find examples of like the weather girls in Italy and Spain.
Greece. Have you
Jeez, and
seen
Greece.
She
There's one chick in
screams at the
have
camera.
you seen that chick?
I have.
She's fantastic. All right, now that you want ratings, right? You
Yeah.
stupid TV shows. Let me help you out here because it just doesn't seem these guys ever listen. What was back when TV was a real powerful thing, like at its height? Okay, let's take the early 90s, which were the highest rated period in television history. What was the number one show? Baywatch. Okay, there was nothing else came close. Not soap operas, not the TV news, not late night talk shows with comedians and celebrities. The thing people wanted to watch was people in swimming costumes, okay? This is what they wanted to see, particularly Pamela Anderson at the time. She was the biggest star in the world.
I
Okay?
want to be Afrikaans Pamela Anderson.
Right, there we go. You're on the right track.
Thank you.
And then
I'll take it.
these dumb TV shows and the people who commission them, they think they can, I don't know, impress people with very, very smart content, or they're going to get influencers on or whatever. Just put an attractive woman who's got brains enough to read the news,
Yeah,
right? I
brain
mean,
enough.
I'm not being horrible, but you don't
No,
have to
it's
be a
the
rocket
truth.
scientist.
I don't have to be a rocket scientist, but
And you
personality.
also don't-
Personality is important,
Personality.
and I know I have personality.
And personality counts, sure, but
No.
you got to read some temperatures. No one's watching the weather going, oh, I better write this down. You know what I mean? So
Brilliant, it's true.
you put people, and then let these people be entertained. Most people who are still watching TV are very old because the average age of the audience, I heard, Stephen Colbert, who does the Late Show,
Yes,
they've
yeah.
canned his show, right?
What is his age?
He's in his probably 50s or 60s. He's
What
not
is
young.
Viewership age.
No, this is the thing. The average age of his viewers is 68. Those are the people watching that show now.
Yeah.
So most of these people are like, they're on their last legs, right? They're in their 70s, they're 80s even. They're sitting there. They don't know whether they're going to wake up tomorrow. So give them a nice weather girl. Make their fucking day.
No.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. But you know what is cool? I can say I was a weather girl. Like that is,
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
it really is.
Maybe
and
you'll be the last weather girl in South African TV.
Maybe. You never know. But you know what?
They
Guys,
haven't
there's one thing
replaced.
that
They haven't replaced.
They
you.
haven't replaced
Okay.
me. No. But let me tell you, like, in my life, I just strive to do as much as I can. And I've just, this one I'm proud of. My parents could not believe I was on the damn news. Like, I can't tell you. It really. Okay, but let's talk about the work environment.
Yeah.
Look, these editors are researching the whole day. The people who are actually writing the show,
Sure.
they work really hard. That was cool. That was cool, waking up every morning and sitting amongst people that take their job very seriously. And I felt a sense of urgency to be better.
Okay.
And I do, like, if any of them are listening, like, well done, guys. Well done. I admire them as well. Like, the work ethic in that building is unmatched. So yeah,
was this at ENCA?
at ENCA.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I did a show there for a little while. For
I
them
know.
as well.
I told them
I
I'm
can't
gonna
say I
see.
enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
maybe I've got a different. I just don't like TV.
Yeah. You like to talk.
Yeah, I like
You
radio.
watch Netflix
that
and
stuff.
like stories, and when are you going to produce a
So-
movie?
No. So let's talk about your movie. I'm never going to produce a movie. I'm not that. No. Bluethorn, which we had Rian van Heerden on here for, he told us about the movie before it came out. And I think you guys have seen it, right, James, Flex? We did. Did you ever watch it? A little bit of it. Don't talk shit. You either watched it or you didn't. This was an Afrikaans horror movie, but in the old horror vibe, right? And I remember Rian telling us about it. And I mean, it's actually very entertaining. He jokes about it and says it's not a serious thing. It was just something fun. But that's also cool. Like, you wanted to be a weather girl. He wanted to produce a movie. And this movie is all about these, like, inbred, weird people who live on a farm. And then you are...
I'm the girl that. Can I give it away?
Yeah,
like,
go.
are we just
No,
going
you
to
can
go
tell.
for
No,
it?
no, people... I mean, if they
So, you
haven't
know,
seen
in
it, now
every
they can
horror
watch
movie,
it.
there's a pretty girl that dies.
You're the one.
That's me. Yeah. And just like I said before, when I got this casting, I wanted
And you
that
don't
role.
die. You don't die in a nice way.
I don't die. No, I get stabbed through the head. It
Right.
was so funny. I was
It's nice.
practicing this in the bar. Getting stabbed through the head. This is like a week before. But how do you know Rian? I want to know this.
So we were at varsity. I was at varsity. I was
Maybe you guys are like
studying law.
besties.
No, so I've known him. He gave me my first job in radio, and
Oh.
this was in university. I was studying there with him. Well, we didn't even know each other, and then I went to the radio station, and he was the guy who auditioned me, and said you should be on the show.
Isn't
so
that
he gave me, yeah. So I've known him for 26 years or so.
Sure.
That's a long time.
That's very cool. Rian,
He's a talented guy.
well done. No, he really is.
Yeah.
But he has an energy. He has a presence. When he's
He's
there,
very
like
funny.
he is. But I must say, just working with him, like, I wanted it to get it right. I wanted to be good, and I wanted to impress him.
Was he grumpy or was he easy to work?
Well, it was quite a hectic set to be on. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the man was running around, but he was very professional. You know, and he was good to everybody that was on set, because it was a massive set. Like, a set's crazy. But I do know what he said on the show was he didn't understand why there's so many people standing around working on this project. But
Yeah.
that's how film works.
And
you have to pay all of
every
them.
second of time
Every
that you're
second.
there is costing money, and like, he financed the thing, I think.
Yeah.
So
There was
that's
a lot
quite
of fake blood. I think that was his
Right, so
biggest.
what's that like? Because I think most of us have some idea of what it's like to act in a movie, but we probably don't know how different it might be in a horror movie.
Look, I didn't have a lot of lines, I'll tell you that much. But I did.
You just had to scream and die.
So there was a lot of prosthetics. So let's start with that. So they actually had to make a body double of me. They actually had to take my body, make a whole cast of it, and because the body was getting destroyed after the character dies, right?
Okay.
So that was quite interesting, is watching your own likeness kind of just lie there. And there was a lot of characters. The other actors were very believable. It was
Okay,
scary.
But
yeah.
why did they have to do an actual body cast of you? Couldn't they have just used
No,
some
because
mannequin?
they were gutting her and they were taking all of her organs out. And I had to be... So, okay, I'm going to say this. My mom is
Go
going
on.
to kill me.
Yeah.
I had a nude scene in the film. So I hypothetically, after Blue Dawn killed me, they had to hang me up on a hook.
A meat hook.
A meat hook.
Yeah. In a warehouse.
So in one part of the scene, it's the body double that's being gutted. And then in the other scene, it's actually me, because you have to have the full visual of what's actually going on. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So I was hanged up there for like 2 minutes. But that was quite hectic because I'm hanging.
And now you don't have any clothes
thing.
on.
No, I had a little brookie on. It was so funny. I asked them, I was like, are you guys going to give me a merkin? Do you know what a merkin?
A merkin is
merkin.
a fake pubic hair wig for anybody who's not sure.
I was like, are you going to...
Yeah.
Anyway, it didn't work out that way. There wasn't budget for the merkin.
that would have broken the budget. It would have been a merkin that would have made it impossible to make this movie.
So,
okay.
But on a serious note, though, hanging from the thing, Blue Dawn comes with a knife. He's coming around you, but I'm really hanging. So my hand got caught up in something. And Gareth, like, I've never done OnlyFans or porn or any of that kind of thing. Like, this is my body, ne? I don't know why I haven't started, because I would have made a lot of money, but I just respect myself, you know? So I did. I'm hanging. Anyway, it gets hooked, and I instantly just start crying. Like, because this man in this mask is there. He has a knife. It got very real very quickly. There's a rape scene going on in that corner. There's blood everywhere. You in a shed. I know there's cameras and there's people. I have a what do you call the people that help you in a scene where you're naked? A coordinator, a central coordinator. I have one of them. She's there. But I broke down. I literally like, so I'm supposed to be dead. I'm hanging from the scene. They're like, Ceylonia, just, you can get through this. I'm hanging there. I'm supposed to be dead, and my body can't stop doing, like, you know, physically losing it. And I don't know what happened there. But we got through it. Everything was fine. Like, there was no issues but it was a moment for me that, remember I told you I stopped acting back then? Sometimes it gets a bit real. But I don't know if that's to do with the way that I act or that's what just happened on that set. But you have to have a lot of mental health things in place. You have to have tools.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel afterwards? What happened?
No, I cried. It's so weird.
Was it the fact that you were like...
I got scared. I got scared. It was too real.
You got scared by the horror movie, by the fact that all of this was going on? Or was it also just all of these people around and you're expected to just hang there with no clothes on?
And there was blood. I got a big fright. But the scene was done and I did my job, and I can do it again now. Like, weirdly, now that I know how hectic it can get, I'm like, put me in the ring, you know, for a serious role. Because everybody thinks I'm an idiot, but I promise you, bring me a storyline.
Who thinks you're an idiot? I mean, just what, because you're an actress?
I know, because of this.
Yeah, all right.
But I do that. Like,
you
play that
up.
character.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so when people meet you for the first time, like this is the first time we've met,
yeah,
do you worry that they think that you are a blonde bimbo?
No, I don't care. I just don't care. I know who I am. I know how friendly and kind I am.
Do you mean that? Because people say they don't care. But I mean, you're making fun of it either because you genuinely don't give a shit or because that's just how you've learned to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, I have people who I don't know at all saying something to me when they've never met me before. First time they met me and they're like, oh, you're an asshole. You said this or whatever. Doesn't happen often. Most people are very nice. But then I think...
What do you think of first impressions? Like, do you think you should trust first impressions?
Sure, this is what I'm asking you. So does it bug you that the first impression someone might get?
No. No. Bubbly. You know? Like, I don't... No. I know I come from a good place. You know, I'll never walk in and just be like, rude.
No,
I am always kind, and my impression...
I'm not asking you about your own confidence. That's clearly not a problem,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
Thank you.
But what I'm thinking is, if you're a weather girl,
Yeah.
or you are, I mean, the first thing they will think of you, you mentioned first impressions, is, oh, there's that girl from Op My Eish.
Yeah.
Or if they saw you on the movie, they'd bring that up. Or if they saw you on TV doing the weather. Or if you end up doing Miss South Africa, that could be the thing that people remember.
Everybody remembers me from Op My Eish, which is, at first you would think, oh, you don't want to be known from a reality TV show. But how I was in that show, how honest I was, and how badass
What
I
did
suppose
you,
I was.
tell that audience about yourself? What did you, when you say
I
you were
was
honest?
fun. About relationships, about
Okay.
me being the person that runs away in relationships. It was that kind of my story, or my truth on that show was, I would like to be here to see if I can actually commit to being in a relationship longer than 2 years, because I've always been a runner,
Okay.
and that was cool because a lot of girls are like that. But I don't. What is the question?
No, I'm interested. You said
Yeah.
you were being honest on the show, and that
was.
might have been a problem for some people.
Yeah.
But have you ever had, even if it was only for 2 years, a relationship that was really cool that you were happy in?
Yes, of course. Yeah, no, I have. And you?
Also about 2 years, Ham.
That's it.
Yeah, I was the longest.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 4 really good relationships in my life, and they were all great, but they lasted as long as they needed to last.
As they needed to last.
And I always think it's very sad when people who've been together, whether it's for a couple of months or for 20 years, where they think the relationship is a failure just because it ends. Because everything ends, right? I mean, some things are only meant to be for a couple of months, and some things are meant to be for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got kids with somebody, they're going to be in your life for a very long time. You can't just say goodbye and move on. And everybody understands that. But when it's a relationship and there aren't any kids, or there isn't marriage at the end of it, they go, oh, it's a failure.
Kath, I'm so
Right?
scared of you. I'm so scared of getting divorced.
Really?
That's-
Why would a divorced you be less valuable?
Not less valuable. I just
What does
don't
it
want to
mean?
go through that.
Why? I mean, it's only number 5 on the list of shit things that can happen to you.
First one, having kids.
No, some people really want to have kids, and some people are very good at it. No, so the things are death in the family, or death of someone you really care about.
Yeah.
And the closer that person is to you, the worse the experience is for
Yeah.
you. The second one is moving house, or
Losing everything.
or being kicked out of house. Anything to do with not having a home. The third one was public speaking, which you don't have a problem with. The fourth one is, what was the fourth one? I think it's like
Financial.
pain, or it's something. It's not even financial. And then the fifth one is divorce, and then finance is much further down the list. I mean, I might be getting it slightly wrong, but why are you worried about divorce? Would divorce be shameful for
No,
you?
no, not at all. I just come from my family. Everybody in my parents and that have been divorced, and I've just seen what it does
Everyone's
to
just
people.
divorced.
Everybody's divorced, and I just why even get into that anyway?
Okay.
But I don't know, why are we going
You
down
think
this
that-
tangent?
no,
We're talking about Bluto and me hanging naked from
No,
around.
we
Now
weren't.
we're
We
talking about
moved on. We
divorce.
were talking about
Okay, I just want to say about Bluto,
relationships.
I just want to say before we move on, I would do it again. I learned a lot in that moment, and I would do it again.
What,
and
the show?
From Bluto, and I just want Rian to know, thank you. That was a badass moment.
That's
Okay, let's talk about divorce. Do you want kids? Do you need kids?
I'm not closing the door.
Yeah, I think you'd be a great dad.
Yeah, but I gotta have kids with the right woman, because if I think of some people I know, some of whom I really have a lot of time for, and some who I've only met in passing, and they end up having kids with the wrong person, and then that's a disaster for the kids, for them, for whoever, the family, for everybody. It's just a mess. You've got to be super careful, because I think there are a lot of people who they want a kid to save a relationship, or they want a kid because it's their ego busy trying to make more of themselves effectively. And I've always said that I have the world of respect for people who adopt, although I don't know if I could do that. And I don't think I could take on another man's child if I fell in love with a girl who was, in a previous relationship. So it's complicated, but I'm not going to say it's impossible. And I'm not closing that door. What's your idea? How old are you now?
I just turned 30.
Okay, so you just turned 30. So, I mean, like, you've still got a good decade ahead of you before you dry up like a prune and you can't have kids anymore.
I am fertile.
So no, I mean, but before you turn barren like Sarah, Abraham's wife in the Bible,
I will
you got a way to
adopt
go.
3 Chinese kids and I will call them Vickers, Wouter and Werner.
You see, that's child abuse. This is why you shouldn't have children. Okay, but you want kids.
I do. Okay, can I tell you something else that I do? I am a gymnastics coach. I coach, I think it's up to 50.
You can only say you're a gymnastics coach if you stretch your leg out like that again. There we go.
Do you want me to do a cartwheel? I'm
Good.
kidding.
No, we can do a cartwheel later.
Listen to me. So I love kids. I work with them. I teach confidence. I work for Johannesburg Gymnastics Centre. My boss has Olympic athletes. She was my coach when I was younger. Respect her so much. So this is how...
Why do you bring her up?
You got to have a day job,
Sure.
So I work with children. They call me Coach Barbie. So I have a knack for working with kids. They love me. It's bright and it's sparkly and it works. And I get them to do amazing things.
Right.
So, look, if I don't have kids, I know that I would have done my job. I would have spent enough time with the youth.
Sure, of course, but you want kids. I mean, listen, I see...
I'm scared of what I create. It's going to be a crazy, crazy little human being. It's gonna be nuts.
No. I mean, you that's the lottery.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, but that's the lottery, and you don't know. You can end up... any parent tells you, even the ones who, after a couple of drinks, they're being deadly honest about things, they will always say to you, this is the best thing I ever did.
I know, I want that, but am I allowed to say that?
You can, sure. You could say whatever you want. I told you. The whole point of the show is you say whatever you want. So if that's
that'd be a great
that's what you want, do it. But for God's sake, don't just do it because you want the kid and then you end up having some terrible guy in your life who's like either a deadbeat dad who doesn't contribute at all. Because what we do know, and I mean, this is where a little bit of psychology mixed with a bit of social anthropology comes in. But what we do know is that kids need a mom and a dad. Okay, and I mean, that's not possible for everybody because shit happens, right? Life is not a zero-sum game, and for some people, they drop out at some stage or something terrible happens. Nobody's life is perfect. But if you can have a mom and a dad, the child has a much better chance of having a great life. So just find the right guy to have the kid with, and then you'll be okay.
Yeah. Thank you, therapy.
No. It's a worry. Yeah. I see so many people doing, Congo Chris says, make Gareth do a cartwheel.
Oh.
It's not going to happen.
We're going to do a back bend. Back bend is.
Okay, and then we've got here... Carl, Gareth, your window's closing for kids. You need to start pumping now. You have 18 months left, buddy. You're old as fuck. Always.
18 months,
All right,
buddy.
Thank you. Gareth is too old for kids, says Common Sense. Divorce is close to death, says Judith. So she agrees with you that divorce is very bad.
Yeah.
So you said your parents got divorced.
Yes.
Do you have a relationship with your dad?
Yes. Love him.
Okay.
And my mom.
And your mom.
Yeah.
Because you said that your mum's still very involved. She paid for your studies and a bunch of other stuff.
She's from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
So my family's from Zim on that side. My dad lives in Durban. I understand why they're my parents. It's so weird. My mom is gorgeous. She's a businesswoman. She's a badass. She's kind and soft. Mm-hmm. My dad is a lunatic.
Okay.
And that merged together. No, he's also a cool guy. But let me tell you.
I think lunatic's a compliment.
It's so weird. Your parents, it makes sense why you are the way you are. But I love and respect them both for who they are and their choices they've made. And I'll never be the kind of kid that cuts you off. I just can't do that.
Where did you grow up? In
Joburg.
Joburg?
Yes.
Okay. And brothers and sisters?
Only child, mom and dad.
Okay.
When my mom got remarried and my dad, and with them, I got 5 step and half brothers and sisters, so I had to learn how to share. very quickly.
That must have been painful.
And actually, no, it was. And they all, no. But no, I had to not fight for attention, but I think that's why I'm so loud and I do all these things is you want to stand out. But being an only child also, it's a good thing.
But Bitcoin But says gymnastics, relationship, butchering, I'm confused. Oh, no, sorry, that's Vyasan.
Oh, he's confused.
Yeah, he's confused. I'm blonde. Sorry, this is Nunya now. Ex-blond in my tite is rond.
Yeah.
That's a nice song to sing. Turn that into a hit. I think that could be a major treffer if you just put it together properly. You know, if you get the right, all you need is the right producer. Isn't everyone in Afrikaans now a musician?
So I'm dating a musician.
Okay, who is it?
Yeah.
Someone we would know?
Do you know the band Van Pletten? You don't? Okay, well,
Afraid I don't.
my boyfriend is the DJ for
should.
Van Pletten.
Okay.
Yeah, he makes beats, very cool.
And how long have you two been together?
2 years.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
so this is the
like,
longest you've gone.
It's
working?
It's working. It really is. And he's in the creative field and he's sober, which is something I really respect in a man. Yeah.
And do you drink?
Every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah, not like I used to.
Yeah, got to be careful about these sober people, though. Either they are
you
Muslim
sober? Do you
extremists. No, hang on. Let me
You don't
finish
look
this
sober,
point.
Gareth.
You've got to be very careful about these people who don't drink. Either they're the Muslim extremists, the kind who like fly a plane into a building or something, or they are former alcoholics who have a major problem with alcohol, so they're always making it awkward for everyone else.
Yeah.
Or
Preachers.
Or the worst ones of all are the ones who've I don't drink, no, and you're not going to persuade me. And South Africans, I just don't know that we have any idea of how to have fun if we're not drinking. And I don't mean you have to get shit faced. I just think that South Africans don't know what to do with their hands if they're not drinking. You know, they've got to have a drink in one hand.
Yeah, but
go to a
some
braai,
people really
go to a
can't
party,
drink,
go to-
Gareth. Some people need to be sober. Like
What, the ones
I
who have health
met
conditions?
some people that like sobriety has kept them alive.
So is your boyfriend sober because he's had a problem in the past?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
No, but I think he grew up in the music scene because I think if you do grow up on the jewel, so it's just something I'm proud of. I really like that about him. I don't have the type of guy that comes home drunk every night.
No,
you know?
hell no.
I don't have the
And
kind of guy that
smelling
makes
like
fun of me when we out at the pub and he's giving me, problems because he's lit. I don't know. Does that make
I'm with
sense?
you.
He's not
Of course
in.
it does.
Yeah. So
No.
I like that about him. But he does work in the music world. They travel
Congo
everywhere.
Chris is giving me shit here again. He says, Gareth, didn't you quit drinking? Yeah, and I told you it was the most boring 3 months of my life. Not because I was struggling not drinking. That was easy.
Yeah.
It was the drunk people. When you're sober, the drunk people are terrible.
I agree. I totally agree.
New show idea, Gareth Sukafro, says Mike Hunt. I like your name, Mike Hunt. All right. And then drinking culture is dead, Gareth. 4 clubs close every week in London. Yeah, all right. This is something I'm actually very concerned about. And it came up in a funny video, which I think I sent to you, James, the other day. We may even have played it on the show already. This guy was talking about how isolation is a way bigger problem than alcoholism or drug addiction. Because they worked out in America, I think it's between 6 and 10% of people in their 20s in the US are alcoholics or drug addicts. Yeah, it's still a lot, but between 6 and 10%.
Isn't that a lot?
I think it's a lot.
I think that's a lot.
Call it 10%. It's a huge number,
That's a
right?
huge number. Yeah.
But they reckon 28% of American 20-somethings are addicted to their phones, and in a way that they spend more than 4 to 6 hours on every given day. And that's during waking hours before they're not lying at home scrolling. This is while they're meant to be working or doing actual other things, driving, whatever it is. So this guy said, and he may be right, it's probably better for you, not that either is fantastic, but if you're going to have an addiction, let it be drinking, because at least you go out and meet people. At least you interact. At least you can talk to someone. You look them in the eye. You can have a conversation. You can maybe something comes out of it, business or a relationship or just fun,
No,
You think that's bad advice?
I don't think drinking is good. No, I don't. I understand the going out and being in public, but I think if you have a problem with alcohol, like, you need to really address that, because drinking, there comes a point when you drink, you live in guilt, you live in fear, you live with your addiction, you walk around with that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm certainly not saying
Yeah.
addiction
Being
is...
addicted to your phone, safe as cool as it's fine. Like,
You think
everybody is
so?
addicted to your phone. It's
I
fine.
don't- I
Like, who
think
you
that-
look, you stare at a screen the whole
Ceylonia,
day. Like,
I
you're
don't
not
know.
gonna die.
I worry more about young people being...
What if you're like a fentanyl addict or like heroin or that?
Of course,
like,
it's
that's
terrible.
rough.
But the kind of people who get to that stage are beyond redemption anyway. Something's going to take them out, and they're going to choose something really terrible to take them out. But I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you know, addicting yourself to anything is good.
Good. No.
But it seems to me like we don't know the long-term consequences of these digital addictions. The fact that people are screen befook. This is way more of a worry to most young people who are socially inept. They can't get jobs. They are incapable of basic human connection because they live in this virtual world.
I see that. With
That's
the young
way more
girls.
dangerous to me. That's frightening.
Yeah, they
You say you
can't
see it a
even-
lot?
No, I see it with younger kids. Like, I have younger siblings, and the internet is their biggest downfall. It really is them just sitting on their phones the whole
Yeah.
day and judging themselves. Like, the girls, I see so many young girls that are on the internet, but they're not even partaking. They just sit there and watch other girls being better than them.
Yeah.
And I think that is so unhealthy. Get off your phone, baby girl. Go to a class. Go do the gym thing. Whatever you need to do, but stop staring at other people the whole day. It is messing you up. Anyway, but if you were, do you think you're addicted to something, whether that be coffee or
I've thought
hair
about
gel?
hair gel. It's not hair gel. I promise you.
I told my hairdresser I wanted the Gareth Cliff blonde, but she
Okay,
couldn't
yeah.
pull it off.
Well, at least you're not saying, well, what does Gord always say, that I have like Lego hair? I just clip it on in the morning.
What do you think is your addiction?
I don't know that I've got an addiction. I've never been interested in gambling. I have never been addicted to any drugs. I've never been addicted to any medication.
Are you a
full stop.
workaholic?
Never
maybe?
smoked a cigarette.
Never smoked a
although
cigarette?
we talked about how I've picked
Have you
up.
ever vaped?
I vaped, yeah, and this year I started, and it's not good.
It's not good.
But I know I can stop that immediately.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. It's kind of a thing. Again, it's a thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's become like a fun social thing more than anything else. But I probably could and should stop doing that. Apparently, you know, popcorn lung really terrifies the hell out of me.
Right, yeah. It's
Have you ever heard about popcorn
it
lung?
sounds horrific, and I think it's
So
a real
it's
thing.
like when you breathe and it goes like popcorn in a microwave.
Yeah, I was sick last week, and I was like, oh my goodness, do I have popcorn lung?
So that
No.
might be one of them. As I said, I stopped drinking last year for a couple of months. I've proven to myself I can do that, and I don't really care if I've got a drink or not. But it seems to be the only thing that you can do socially in South Africa, and I don't dance or any of that stuff.
I'm sure you
So,
dance.
No,
Come now.
but again, if I'm very
I'm going
drunk.
to say you dancing.
I'm interested, though, not in what you're addicted to, but this gymnastics thing. Is it true that gymnastics gives you the best body? That's what people say.
I think it gives you the best balance and coordination, and think it makes you not the best body. I don't think it's about the best body, because a lot of the gymnasts have problems with being bulkier, you know, being too strong. But ballet, I think ballet gives you the best body.
I don't know. I mean,
But-
when I watched the Olympics,
Yeah.
it seemed to me that the girls and the guys who did gymnastics had like the most
Shoulder strength.
balanced body.
Yeah.
They were like, they weren't, you know, sometimes people, if they're doing the discus or the hammer or any of that, they have to be these big monsters, right?
Yeah.
Girls and guys again. And then if they do cycling or running, they're always thin and they
Yeah,
look a
very
little bit
thin.
weather beaten.
No,
But
sure.
gymnastics seems to get you the perfect amount of like balance. There's muscle, but it's not like overt. It's not revolting.
No, it's a
You
lot
don't
of.
look like a piece of
It is a
meat.
lot of shoulder strength, because I mean you're in a handstand the whole day.
Yeah.
I have always been strong because I was a gymnast as a kid. I was training the whole day. Got a bit much. Like I missed school when I was younger, training. But it made me consistent. I think if you put your kid in gymnastics or any kind of sport, I suppose, it builds consistency and a sense of...
So what did you do? All those things, the rings and the...
No, rings is the boys. So we have
what do the girls
floor,
do?
beam, bar.
I've seen the
and
floor
vaults.
and beam and bar.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of mattresses involved.
It's a lot of but for
Okay.
safety. Yeah. So you have 4 routine. But it's hours of training. I mean, and yeah, so coaching it is a lot. You have to be
So
kind.
how old are
and
these kids that you're coaching?
From the age of 4 up until 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
4-year-old?
Yeah, from 4 to
Are the
16.
parents just sending
No, but
them
then
there?
we're just having fun. Remember, then
Okay.
we're just jumping and learning how to land.
It's
And
not like
but some of them are good.
Kampstaldraad.
But the flexibility starts from quite young. So if you can cultivate that, like they can really go far. But I don't yell at them. I was raised, when I was being coached, there's a lot of sitting on you and it was hectic coach
Sitting on
methods.
you? What, like punishing you?
Yeah, when you like in splits and they have to sit on you so you can go deeper into your flexibility. I don't do
Sounds
that.
like child abuse.
Yeah, but to be that good, like there should be a little bit of pressure, not child abuse, but pressure. So I don't know. I absolutely love.
I have
Being
some
a
disagreement here. Some people are saying, no, the best bodies are swimmers. Then, here someone says, digital addiction is way worse. This is Famous Mama.
Yeah.
She says, there is no sense of reality, no sense of how to comprehend anything. Okay. What about attractive women as an addiction? The older I get, the more I realize what a gift they are to the world. I have a gorgeous wife and I love her to death, but beautiful women are just lacquer, addiction unlocked. That may be a thing, hey? It may be a thing. I think...
Beautiful women, like in just seeing them online or seeing them in real life, or
No,
what?
I don't know if it's an addiction, but I can appreciate beauty. Like
Yeah.
when I see a magnificent painting or building or person, or I hear a beautiful piece of music. I mean, I listened this week to an interview that Bill Maher did with Billy Joel. Okay, so these are 2 old guys. They're both in their 70s, or I think Bill Maher is approaching 70 if he isn't there already. And they're both tremendously experienced. There's really no ego. They sit down and you could hear Maher is just the biggest fan of Billy Joel's music, but they're not talking as a fan and a celebrity, as an artist. They're talking like 2 guys who are just reminiscing. Yeah. And I listened to this, and then, Bill Maher will bring up the lyrics. This is what a fan he is of any number of songs. And Billy will just kind of play it on the piano a little bit. Oh. And to me, it's just, that is such perfection. That's the kind of beauty I'm talking about. When you see a sculpture in marble, like so many of these great statues that you'll find in places in Europe, and you look at the amount of detail that they're able to get from chiseling away at stone, where it's so beautifully done that it looks like, when the fingers press into flesh and you can actually see that in a sculpture. I mean, to me, if there is any addiction, like Carl DeSantis is saying here, I think maybe that's it. Is like beauty, mastery in proportion, in getting color right, in getting notes right, in making a building right. All of these things to me are just, and of course people. If I meet someone who's just walks in and they just drop dead gorgeous, I'm like, that's great.
I appreciate it too.
And ugly people, on the inverse, ugly people are like an insult to God, right? Isn't that true? I mean,
they can't help it. Some people can't help
they're
it.
just horrible. They ruin everything.
They don't.
They do. They are. You can almost see the smoke and sulfur.
Ugly people are valid.
Nah, they're not. They're not. Ugly people, it's just horrible. And I mean, I want to be the ugliest person in every room.
But
Like,
you're
to
not.
me-
But
No,
you-
no, no,
but
no, hold on.
but
I'm not looking for a
Do you
compliment.
think beauty comes from, you can be ugly, but if you have a good personality, you're still beautiful? Do you think, do you understand what I'm trying to ask there?
You have to be super funny,
Yeah.
or you have to have tremendous personality. Like you have
Personality.
to just be
I think
amazing
personality
and
trumps
interesting.
beauty.
And
Any day. Any day.
you think personality trumps beauty? I don't
day.
know. I mean,
Any day.
again,
Do you know why I'm a chubby chaser? Especially with guys, like these dudes that are these amazing, like sculpted gods. I'm not interested in any of that. A funny guy is better than a good-looking
fat
guy.
and funny.
Yeah, fat. I used to always say I'm a chubby chaser.
Yeah, why? Why would you do that?
Because
What a terrible. First of all, it's not really chasing because they can't really run.
chubby chaser isn't mooi nie.
But they can't run. They're fat.
No.
Okay, so Congo
Personality.
Chris says beautiful women in media is a massive problem. Back in the old days, you'd see one beautiful woman in your whole life, paint her on the side of your fighter plane or bomber, and fight wars for her. I think you've brought this up before, but this is true. I don't think that's a problem. I think that's quite inspiring. Guys, don't be upset when she stands up and all we see is she's from the platteland front and back. You know, Bitcoin, but this kind of objectification of women, which I'm sometimes guilty of. It's very unattractive, though. You got to stop. Be better. Like, be better, dude. Let's just see here. James, get ready for the weather update. Okay, the people are very excited about your weather update. She likes the dad bod ones, is what someone else says. Is that what you mean by chubby chaser?
I do.
Is your current boyfriend overweight?
No, he's not. He has a lot of tattoos. I'll say that much.
Okay. You like tattoos?
I do. I love tattoos. I have
you
tattoos.
got any?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a problem for my SA, but there is a rule we're allowed to have them now.
You can put makeup over it. They won't know,
Exactly,
right?
yeah. But I do. I love tattoos and the feeling of it. I would get so many, but my
So
career
tattooed
doesn't.
flesh feels different to you than
No, man, it's the same. What is it?
on someone else.
On someone else. No, I just think it's gorgeous. Do you have tattoos?
No, zero.
That's it.
Again, I'm
Why?
like,
Would you
I'm
get
so,
one?
no, I'm getting more boring and if I didn't get tattoos
you
when I
go
was
with a
20, I'm
face
not going to get them
tattoo.
now. A
Get
face
your-
tattoo.
Get your little daddy
The
there.
only people who get face tattoos are criminals, right? That's how I was raised.
Oh, no.
In fact, I think there were only 2 rules when I was growing up. Because my parents were not massively strict. I mean, they, obviously if you caused cuck, you got a clap. But there were 2 things that my dad was just non-negotiable on. The first one was you will not ride a motorbike.
Yeah, it's important.
Because he said, if you ever feel like riding a motorbike, I will take you to the hospital and you can see all the people who have fallen off of motorbikes, had accidents, have lost fucking limbs.
Oh, it's good
Horrible,
advice.
right? And the other one was no piercings or tattoos until you're 18 or 21 or whatever the age was. But I just never wanted any.
So you never got an earring, you never got a
Zero.
nose ring,
But
tongue
I'm
ring.
so boring, I promise you on that. You won't.
missed out.
And the funny thing is that my brother ended up getting tattoos. He's 3 years younger than me.
What does he do? Where's he now? Is
Oh
he
no,
also in this world?
he's tremendously successful and serious. Like he doesn't have a stupid media career like
I'm
me.
sure he says that about you.
I don't know. I mean, like he's a proper like chartered accountant, works for a massive bank, does property deals. He's very impressive.
Okay.
Way more impressive than me.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a competition,
it's not. That's the
but
thing.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
And my sister as well, very, very smart.
Yeah, I've heard you have a really good relationship with your sister.
Yeah, love the whole family.
She's a
no one I
lawyer,
don't get along with.
right?
She's an advocate, yeah.
Okay. And you have a law degree.
Yeah, but I never finished my law degree.
Imagine you became a lawyer.
Jesus. God
Imagine-
help us.
no,
Can you
you would
imagine
have
me as a
been-
lawyer?
You would have been a
No, it would have been
very
horrible.
successful man. No,
You
you
think
would
so?
have. Yeah, definitely. Don't you think? I mean,
Nah, this is as good as I get.
you in court.
No,
Like-
I thought about it, and one of the reasons I quit law is because I thought this is not for me. You know, and you feel like you can see yourself really succeed in something, and then in other things, like I
It's a
could
visual
never,
thing. You
yeah,
know,
I
it's
I
going to
can't
work.
ever
You
picture
don't.
myself as a successful lawyer or a politician or any of those things. And some people, they try to project their shit onto you. That's why I asked you about the weather girl thing or the actress thing or the bimbo thing, because people are projecting their shit onto you, right? But if you can't see yourself doing that, except as an experience, like being a weather girl is cool. I agree with you. For 6 months, you can say, I gave this a go. I was probably the last weather girl in South African history because there aren't any more of those. Have you got a picture of those weather girls yet for me? Okay. No, I meant the overseas ones. Anyway, we'll get to that. It's 7 o'clock. We got to take a break anyway. We'll be back in just a moment or two. Don't go anywhere. Well, Gareth always struck me as the tramp stamp guy with the tattoo in the small of his back. Thanks, Slippery Pickle. That's great. That's nice. All right. While you're taking a break, making some coffee or whatever, you have that picture in your mind. Tramp stamp me. How exciting. We'll be back in a second.
It's Open Championship week, and seeing as Sandile is living it up in Ibiza right now, Ben decided to make this a major golf show in more ways than one. Oji Molefe is here, Msizi James is here, and for the next hour, they are talking all things golf, from the Open Championship at Royal Portrush, all the way through to why, if you're a man over the age of 30, particularly in Joburg, golf is the best thing for you to do. It's episode 57. It's the On The Bounce Show, special Golf Bro Open show. Let's get into it.
What's up the game is a lot of people are becoming photographers and videographers.
Yes.
A lot of people, and you can see the problems that they have.
The editing.
Yeah, and also the client don't want to pay. So if my boy is here and my
saying,
boy has been taking nice pictures with his iPhone, let me give him a camera.
Here we are. Our guest is, I don't know, she's disappeared. She's in the bathroom or something, but I've got some very, very funny comments. Oh, no, not those weather girls. For God's sake. Flex, that's not what I'm talking about. God, how revolting. Okay. James, get the AI image of Gareth at Tramp Stamp ready. Yeah, I know that's coming. James, pull up an AI pic. Now, you see? That's what I'm talking about. Where is that in? It's probably Spanish. See, that's when weather girls. I mean, I'd watch the weather. Durban, check the title of the show. There's some funny word in there. That's her name. That's Ceylonia Bekker. Yeah, that is her name. Ceylonia. I wonder why there is no co-host in this morning. Mash would have had a couple of laughs. So what we do is I'm trying to wean everybody, including myself, off of the fact that we have a guest every day, because we're going to have one live show a week soon, and that's going to be on a Friday. But we are going to do 3 hours, so we'll have all the guests, all the regulars, all the features and things that you're used to, but all in one day. And then there'll be interviews. So it's not as if you're going to lose out. You'll get 3 hours a week, which is only half the number of hours that we're doing at the moment. But there'll be live interviews, recorded interviews with people from all over the world. So that's going to be lots of fun. She's back.
I'm back. I can see
Yeah.
still.
All right, well done.
Gee, what is your favorite podcast to listen to?
I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I have been for years. I listen to a lot of history podcasts. I listen to a couple of political ones from the US, because that's really the stuff I'm interested in. So we've got The Rest is History, which is two guys in Britain. I listen to Dan Carlin when he does put out an episode, which is like every 6 months. He does a history podcast. I listen to Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, yeah.
Ben Shapiro is
I do
cool.
like
He irritated the hell out of me when I first listened to him, because he speaks so fast and he's like such a class nerd, and
He has such
he
an
knows
amazing
everything.
vocabulary.
No, he's very clever.
Yeah.
But he's politically just absolutely astute. Has all the facts at his fingertips. He's sharp as a knife. He's terrific.
Didn't he interview that South African man,
Ernst Roots, yeah, he did.
I was shocked. I was like,
Why?
how did Ernst get all
So,
the way?
I think he speaks to lots of people, but apparently there's some. I've got to look into this because apparently there's, if you meet the right people, then they introduce you to other people, and before you know it, you're on all the shows. I listen to.
Get a Ben Shapiro. How are you going to get there? What's your plan? Let's go.
No. I'm not rushing to get on anyone's
That
show.
would be so cool.
But I think it would be interesting to have a conversation with him. The other one is probably I listen to a bit of Chris Williamson, who I like. I occasionally listen.
Crime? Are you a true crime?
I'm not into that shit at all.
I love it.
You just got into this because of Bluetooth. Let's not.
I'm a true crime fanatic. But
Really?
I like
Why do sane? I mean, you seem sane. Why do sane women love true crime so much?
I don't know. It's so many.
You know that the figures are for the Crime Channel and all of those. It's like 70 to 80% women who watch them. Why do you think that is? Do you think that they're checking it out so that they'll know what to do in a dangerous situation if it arises? Or do you think they're genuinely just fascinated by why crimes happen and who does them? Because it's men committing crimes mostly, disproportionately.
I mean, I'd like to think that I do it so I can keep myself safe. But no, it's the element of storytelling.
Is that what it is?
Story.
It's that simple.
Just like we love reading erotic novels or listening to erotic novels, I think it's the same. I think there's a storyline.
But
There's
like
always
50
a why.
Shades type stuff, or
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't read that book. I didn't even watch that movie.
do people do audio books of erotic novels?
Yes.
Really?
It's the best.
So okay, just explain to me when you talk, because I've never
That's
listened
fairy
to.
smut.
I can honestly tell. Yeah, okay, so smut.
Oh, I love. So do you know Jackie Collins?
I know.
She was this
She
writer.
was wasn't she sisters with Joan Collins?
Yes,
or something? Okay.
Joan Collins'
And she
sister.
used to write all these.
Smut books.
What
It
did
was-
they call them? Like paperback novels,
Yes,
right?
100%. You'll find it in any secondhand
Okay.
bookshop
all
ever.
right. I
is
do
a
know who
Jackie
you're talking
Collins
about.
book.
Yeah, sure.
I read all of
Did you read
them.
her stuff?
All of them. All of these Hollywood stories. It sculpted me so much as a person. That was like my literature. So, yeah, I think that's kind of maybe where it stems from, is like, the glitz and glam and murder and all of that. So, I think it's
So
maybe
what
a
did
better
she
person.
talk about mostly? Is like there's got to be some hero
Yeah.
and there's got to be some heroine.
Heroine, yes.
And then they got to meet each other and
Yes.
have wild
And
sex.
she comes from nothing and he has everything. And then she
Okay. And it's all the same story, right?
kind of, it is actually all the same story. But
'Cause-
different outfits and personalities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe she's from nowhere and
Yeah.
she's got
And
nothing.
she's a weather girl and she...
Yeah. Okay, so you put yourself in the position. Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, so maybe that's like the
So
true
that's the
crime
stuff you
thing.
listen to.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I listen to a lot of self-help podcasts because I'm very into that world of, but because it makes me feel good, not because I'm taking anybody's advice.
Okay.
I like to listen to the positive side of things.
I know what
suppose.
you're talking about because I do this too. I'll
And
listen
sometimes
to.
you hear something that you need for the day.
No,
like
sometimes.
Mel Robbins. I
No,
don't
my
know if you-
favorite is to listen to these podcasts where someone is giving someone else advice, and I go, oh, "I'm already doing that stuff. That's great," and then I stop listening to the podcast. I'm like, "This is
100%.
perfect. You just told me about all the stuff I'm already doing.
Already doing.
Awesome! What a great podcast. Cheers.
Yeah.
I'll even give them a rating afterwards.
Rating.
Yeah, I'll go and give 5 stars to that one. That was great. Why? Oh, because I'm already doing that stuff.
But I have realized with some of these people that give advice, is it becomes a bit commercial. Every day you are saying something that I already know, and you just kind of re-saying the same information over and over again. Then I'm out. I don't need to hear that. I don't need advice from you. But I do like Mel Robbins. I don't know if you know who Mel Robbins is. She has this
Who's that?
5-second. I even got a tattoo of it. So she has books. She's a self-help author.
Mel Robbins?
Mel Robbins.
Okay, I'll look this up.
So she wrote a book, The 5-Second Rule, and it helped me a lot when I was.
Oh,
younger.
okay. I've seen her before.
Yeah, she's huge. She does talks.
American author, founder of Scripps Research,
Yeah.
leader in genomics. Okay, this is interesting.
So she has a theory, or I don't know, I wouldn't even know what to call it. It was the book she wrote. Is that you have to count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just do whatever it is that you are struggling with or that you want to do. It's like it's because your brain has a handbrake. Every time you say you're going to you say you're going to do something, your brain pulls up a handbrake and goes, no, I can't do this. But if you just learn how to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you just do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you just do it. It got me through a lot in a weird time of my life. So I love that concept and I respect her for it. So I will always listen to her because she helped me with that little piece of.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, this
something
is
silly,
maybe it'll
like-
be helpful to someone else too. I see the 5-second rule that she published in 2017 is her best-selling book ever.
And now she has another one, which is Let Them, which is the Let Them theory. Let them believe.
Yes.
let
Okay.
them.
That's where I know her from. This is the idea that if people don't want to do what you want them to do, or you don't have an influence over someone, let them do their own thing.
Yeah,
let them be free. Let them join you. Let them do whatever they feel they want to do.
So you don't feel guilt as well, in a way, like let them believe that.
Okay.
Let them talk badly about you.
Yeah, maybe I've subconsciously started to
I
be
think you
more
do
like that.
I think you do that.
It used to bother me that people would disagree or that I had a fundamental issue with someone or they weren't getting it the way I was getting it.
Yeah.
Now I don't care anymore. And it's not because I don't care and I'm careless. It's because I've realized people have to do their own thing, right? And I don't mind. I don't get upset if things don't go my way with a particular person or a particular scenario or experience. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You've got to just walk away from those things with no attachment. It's actually really easy and I think quite healthy.
I think so too.
Maybe I should
Other
read this
people-
fucking book.
I
It
think
keeps
you
coming
should.
up, right?
I think you should.
Maybe I should actually pay attention to this thing.
Oh, yeah. And I honestly, there's something about self-help books that there's love. I find love in there. Like, there was this other book that I read, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. She's actually in politics.
She's a lunatic.
She's a lunatic.
Yeah, she ran for president at some point,
I
and
knew this was going to
she's a hippie and she's a proper left-wing
I loved
loony.
her book,
yeah.
Return to Love.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with politics.
Yeah, but
It had
she's
nothing
a
to do-
hippie.
She is a lunatic.
She's a hippie though. She just wants to love
made
everybody.
me
She wants to put up a soup kitchen for everyone who's hungry. She wants free hugs on the street. No, she's insane.
I know she's.
But I'd prefer that kind of insane to someone who wants to go to nuclear war with another country. So I'm with
There
you.
we go.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, so you lead with.
All right. So
it's
what did
all-
Marianne Williamson teach you?
It's all based on the. Hold on. It's based on.
Because I'm no expert in Marianne
No,
Williamson.
no, no. The Chronicles of Love. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher it. Anyway,
Yeah.
but she really does. Her point of view is that if you lead with love with everything that you do, you keep the calmness kind of within you, and you don't get angry.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's going to work with ISIS.
Yeah, see,
you know,
I'm
I'm
like,
all
yeah.
willing to give it a
Yeah.
go, but if it's going to be like ISIS or Hamas, you're going to have a problem explaining that. They're not going to be so
I
keen.
know. No,
All right,
politically.
I
it's not
want you
gonna
to
work.
see this quickly because someone is back on the scene who we all need to be paying attention to. We haven't got to any news this morning. By the way, Ozzy Osbourne died. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I wanted to bring that up.
Oh, no,
Can we play
shit.
a song?
We can't because you
He was
have no.
76. That's
I
so
know.
young,
shame.
hey?
No, it is young, but come on, Ozzy's been fucked since the
No, he
90s.
has.
Listen,
I think
I loved Ozzy Osbourne, and he was a tremendously funny guy. I mean, I remember the TV show that he and his family did, the Osbournes. You know, Kelly, oh, Sharon, where's my fucking drink? Oh, can't I get into this cabinet? No, Ozzy, we've locked it because you're a drunk. And he'd stumble over stuff, and he'd hurt himself, and he'd be swearing the whole time at people who weren't even there. I mean, he was screwed up in the late 90s already. So I'm very sad that Ozzy's gone, but it's a mercy. I mean, like, the guy was fucked.
Yeah, he was.
He was like shaking like this the whole time, and he didn't know whether he was alive or dead.
Yeah.
Apparently, he performed
He did a tribute show now. When was it?
2-3 weeks ago or
2 or
something.
3
right?
weeks ago, yeah.
Anyway, he's gone.
good.
But the other news is that this terrific woman, this very important woman called Renata Bliss is back. Yeah, Renata Bliss. Let me help you. This is going to make your day. All right. So here's the original video of Renata Bliss, and the great news is she's back. Here's the original.
Hi, I'm Renata Bliss, and I'm your freestyle dance teacher.
But she's back. Someone recorded this at what looks like a telephone booth in Australia somewhere. Very exciting. Have a look.
Hi, I'm Renata Bliss, and I'm your freestyle dance teacher.
And if only Ozzy Osbourne could have taken her with him, but there we go.
No, she looks
Renata
good.
Bliss.
It's a sick licky. I like it.
You like that? All right.
Yeah,
So there
looks
she is.
good.
If you need,
Better girl energy as well, don't you?
I mean, you doing gymnastics. I think that's probably a much better bet than going to learn freestyle dance teaching with Renata Bliss.
Do you know, this weekend I walked a fashion show for
Oh, yeah?
Hollywood costumes. So I'm not a runway, model. Do you know how much goes into learning how to do runway? My
Is it really?
goodness. But anyway, so they
Like
hired me.
Zoolander type stuff? You have to put one foot in front of the other.
No,
and
it's a lot. You train for it. So I met all of the coaches and that kind of thing, almost to do with Miss SA. I learned a lot. But anyway,
Yeah.
so they hired me. They're like, okay, Ceylonia, you are going to do gymnastics down this runway.
Uh-oh.
And I was ready. So I had to do a handstand all the way. Then I stopped and I did a cartwheel. And then I did a split and a split. And I stood up and I walked off. But
What did you have to wear while you were doing this?
gymnastics outfit. But it was cool. So my
And who were you
gymnastics
walking
and-
for?
For Hollywood costumes.
What
so
do they do?
make costumes for your shows. They did one for The Masked Singer. They make all the costumes for South Africa. Like they're a very, very
Okay,
big
so
company.
you fancy dress stuff
Yeah.
and also for parties or
But-
whatever.
Yeah, big.
Okay.
And Halloween hiring.
And the TV shows and the
All of
theater
it.
productions, so they make these things. That's a weird business.
It's a
I mean, it's kind of exciting
Yeah.
because
Don't
you
I
imagine you're
love
always designing something new, right?
Yeah. And quickly, like they just, and every single thing they make is artwork.
Yeah.
So when I met them, I was like, I have to be part of this. I just love the outfits and the feathers.
But what
and
girl
the,
doesn't like dressing up?
I want to be the last showgirl. Did you watch that movie, Pamela Anderson, The Last Showgirl?
No.
You have to. That was her most recent film.
So, do you like going to dress up? Either you have to dress really formally, or there's some theme and you have to dress up like a, I don't know, alien or whatever.
My
it is.
mom used to dress me up, so I think it never left me. She used to take me to costume shops. And
Okay.
I used to be in all the theatre productions.
Nothing wrong with that.
The glitter and the feathers.
All right, well, here's someone else who likes dressing up. Take a look at this lunatic. I want to just bring this to your attention because I don't know if this is even worth flogging the dead horse, but it seems to me that some people in this world have just not got enough of the vapid bullshit. So here to remind you that as much as you may think you are either very, very boring or very normal, there's always someone who's going to make you feel even more normal, and that's not a bad thing. Take a look at this clip. This is someone who calls themselves gender non-binary or whatever. Apparently someone quite famous. I've never seen them before. But we've got to take this apart bit by bit. And Ceylonia, you don't have to jump in if you don't want to. Maybe you are one of those people who's very supportive of that community. That's entirely your business. But have a look at this.
I'm non-binary, which means it's not just that I'm challenging the binary between male, female, man, woman, but between us and them. And in your statement, you said, why don't I help them, as if this struggle is not your struggle too? The reason you don't fight for me is because you're not fighting for yourself fully. And any movement that's trying...
All right, so I mean, we can carry on with the actual argument, but this is a ridiculous person. I mean, this guy is wearing like Lego parrot earrings or whatever. He's got his hair done in like a grandma style. Who knows what color is going on there either. You can see the stubble. You can see like the outline of the mustache and the beard. But he's telling me he's both male and female. He's telling us it's not just about being gender non-binary. It's about us versus them. You can listen to the rest of it in a second if you could bear it. But what interests me is that there are people who are still imagining that this is content, that this is substantial, that there's something we can learn from someone who just talks in circles like this, doesn't make a point. In the next little clip, which I'll give you, and you could take your time and listen to this, figure it out for yourself, and maybe you've got an argument for it too. But to me, there is nothing substantial being said at all here. He's talking about stuff that is completely inconsequential for everyone except him. It's navel-gazing to the power of 20. Look at where this conversation goes, and you'll see what I mean. If you can bear the ridiculousness of the person's appearance, which is a whole other story.
I'm non-binary, which means it's not just that I'm challenging the binary between male, female, man, woman, but between us and them. And in your statement, you said, why don't I help them, as if this struggle is not your struggle too? The reason you don't fight for me is because you're not fighting for yourself fully. And any movement that's trying to emancipate men from the shackles of heteropatriarchy, or emancipate women from traditional gender ideology, has to have trans and non-binary people at the forefront, because we are actually the most honest. We're tracing the root. Where do these ideas of manhood and womanhood come from? They come from a binary structure. And so that's why people like me, who are visibly gender nonconforming, who are both feminine and masculine and none of the above, we experience the brunt of all of these collective fantasies that were created that are killing other people, that are also killing us. It just looks different. Don't show up for me because you want to protect me or you want to help me. I don't need your help. I have an unshakable and irrevocable sense of who I am because I am divine.
Okay. I really dispute so much of what this person has to say. I dispute the fact that trans and non-binary people are at the most risk, and they bear the brunt, in his words, of society. I mean, there are only a few places in the world where people are thinking about their trans identity, and all of those places are in the richest places on earth, and in the most coddled societies of all, and in the most protected realm of human experience ever. You're not going to find Rwandan child soldiers or, people who are living on whatever they can manage to rummage from far-flung and hostile environments in the Himalayas or deserts. You're not going to find people talking about their trans identity and how they're fighting, and they bear the brunt of civilization's leading edge. I just don't believe you. I don't believe that this is a thing. And when this person says they are the most honest, I'm like, no, you're the most dishonest. And your appearance is just part of what gives that away. If you were honest with yourself, you would accept your body and your mind, and you'd be able to get on with your life. You would make it as easy for yourself as possible to just make an impact without having to question your basic biology. The honesty is nowhere evident in the way that you conduct yourself. I don't even know who this person is, and I don't even have a real problem with whoever that person is, whatever they do in their life. It's the first time I've encountered them. But I have a problem with people who just lie. And it seems to me that even when you believe your own lie to that degree, you're still lying. It's just not on. You can't do this. Irritates the hell out of me. And you look ridiculous. You like the lip gloss, though.
No, I think that person is doing the best they can. And they're learning, and I support trans rights. I do.
Okay.
I think if I ever had a kid that was in that position, I would do whatever I can to make sure that you are safe, mentally, physically, with however you choose to live your life.
I think that's beautiful and compassionate and empathetic of you, but I think that you're tolerant of lies.
what is she? What is that person lying about? Tell me. What exactly? What is the
Everything.
lie?
The
What is
nature
lie?
of the nature of reality.
Of being
so
just say, yeah. Continue. I'm sorry.
okay, no, don't apologize. The reason I bring this up is because I got a message from someone. I must just look it up, so I don't want to misquote this person. I don't know who they are, but they sent me a message after I posted this on Instagram saying, I don't know what is going on here, but it irritates me. And this person said,
Why does it irritate you?
because I hate people who are performative.
But I'm performative.
No.
You don't hate
I'm not
me.
saying a performer.
Yeah.
If you're trying to explain something to someone, if you're using words to understand, then I think you're using words properly. If you're a politician and you are doing what you're meant to be doing or saying what you're meant to be saying and you're truthful, I'm happy with you. I have a problem with people who perform the role of being good people, but they're actually not good people. So I don't know anything about this person. Let me just find this comment for you because it really irritated me yesterday. She said, I don't know why smart people like you, she's talking to me now. This is someone called Nina. Why smart people like you need nonsense. Someone else's happiness or identity or personhood need not upset you. So I replied, you don't find lies, deceit, and attention-seeking and influencing children into nonsense a problem? For you, it's all about you. I'm just such a lovely, tolerant person. And by the way, when I bring up these things on the show, we talk about everything on the show. On Monday, we had the most ridiculous show imaginable. So it's not as if this is something I'm obsessed with or intrigued by to an unhealthy degree. I'm not even that passionate about it. When the show's over, I stop thinking about it. But when you say to me that by turning this into an issue of I'm noticing that this is strange, that person is strange, that noticing that is a problem, I'm like, surely everyone notices that is a weird-looking person. No?
Who cares what people are wearing? Who cares what gender they are? Who cares? Why is
doesn't
it a
bother
problem?
you.
Why are we even having this conversation? Why is us talking about that person, what he's wearing, what he's talking, like, understand the political view, like, you're not completely believing his or her truth.
I don't believe
But
anything
who
that
cares?
person says.
Gareth, let people do and whatever they need
So-
to do to
so-
survive this world.
So
This world.
lying is okay.
How are you coping with your reality? Is by being a hard worker, I don't know, by being put together, by being, however you
all right.
are coping with reality
All
is
right.
your right. However that person is coping with reality is their right. There's no
I don't
judgment.
think that person's
However,
coping
I
with
am
reality.
I think so.
I think
obviously,
that
'cause
person is
it's
denying
no.
reality. I think
Coping
that
with
person
reality.
lives in complete fantasy. And that is part of the problem is we're living in a
Aren't
world
you
now.
living in your own fantasy?
Listen, I can
You
get up
are.
now. I can get up and I can walk over there and I can walk into the wall and I know that the wall is going to hit me back. This is physics.
So, but that person
Okay?
knows that as well.
No. I think there's a difference between having fantasies and trying to make them come true and living in a world that is completely removed from reality. And I think that's what bugs me, is that we now have to find a way for the people who are living in reality to actually communicate with the people who are living in fantasy. And that is increasingly made difficult when people deny things like basic biology, or they make up in their head that they're fighting some kind of fight at the leading edge of civilization, that they're in the hot zone, you know. These trans activists are somehow doing something powerful for humanity. They're not. Like, soldiers are actually fighting and dying in Ukraine and Russia at the moment. And the last thing they're thinking about is, I'm doing this for the trans, non-binary people. You know? It doesn't exist in Russia.
I don't understand that, but like, why are
I
we?
think you
Why
went
are
to-
we still coming
Okay.
for them? Like, let them
Let's
live.
talk about
Why
your
are we-
your
why is
reaction to
still
this,
a
because
problem?
it's similar to this other person who messaged me's reaction.
No, but
You're a compassionate, kind, empathetic, caring person, and I think that's tremendous. I don't look down on that. I think that civilization will never have got to the point that it has if we didn't have a particular kind of care that comes from people who don't even know each other, but they can resonate, they can bond, they can help, they can have empathy, right? All of that stuff. It's beautiful. But I think that there is such a thing, just like there's a toxic masculinity. There is a toxic femininity where you get compassion to the degree that people start seeing actual threats to civilization as infants that need care.
What do you know about emotional intelligence?
I think I have very low levels of it.
I do too. I do too.
But do you think it's as important as we've been told it is?
No, I think it's very important to have emotional intelligence as well as spiritual intelligence, just understanding what everybody else goes through throughout the day and how to get through their day and to let people be and just I'm working on that. I think that we should all work on that, is understanding how other people
Okay, I don't mind. By the way, I don't mind you putting me in my place on this, because I actually believe also that people should be able to do whatever they want, and if you're not interfering with someone else's life, you're perfectly welcome to. I just think this is
on.
Sure,
Scroll on,
but this is a thing that is worth talking about. Look at the conversation. Do you want us to talk about the weather all morning?
No, please. No, it's worth talking about. 100%.
I find this interesting.
I understand why we are having this conversation. I do.
Because that person takes themselves very seriously. You can tell. There's not a smile or a sense of humor involved in anything that was said there.
Okay, but what is the context of their conversation?
I don't know. It came up on my social media. But this person is talking shit.
But we are talking about that video based on what you think that person is wearing.
That's what the show is. I respond to things I see.
Context of the conversation, and we can. Okay, but can we?
It's not important enough.
How's the next video? What are we going to talk about next?
Okay, well, let's get you something else, because this is good. In fact, put up that picture of the Siamese twins.
Oh my God, this is what I'm.
This is great. I love these because I've always wondered how it works. I saw you talked about vaping earlier. I saw these two, or it could have been similar two chicks that are joined at the fucking neck or whatever. And the one breathes in the vape and the other one breathes it out because they share a lung. Oh, yeah. How's that for exciting? Now, that would be a trick worth doing. If only I had a Siamese twin.
Imagine how low their clicks bill will be because they only have to buy one of each thing.
Right. So one conjoined twin got married. Look at that guy, by the way. I mean, he's got to drag the fucking sister everywhere he goes. Her sister says she's still single. I want to know a couple of things. I want to know how it works when you go to a movie. I want to know how it works when you go to a dinner date. What, does the other sister just pretend she's not there? Does she look the other way?
It must suck to be the ugly.
Can she look the other way? And then when they have sex. So I assume he's with the one closest to him in the picture? One of the flowers?
Imagine he does. He
So
only
what about
married one of them.
What about, but he is. He only married one. Her sister says she's still single.
How is that?
It's not, I mean, really, what do? You cover her with a fucking blanket?
Oh my goodness.
What do you do?
Well,
how does this work?
Oh my word. Oh my goodness. Imagine. Imagine they shower, like they're showering together.
They might even share one vagina.
They probably do.
They probably have one vagina.
They probably do.
So what if the one woman...
I think that man is packing.
Okay, but hang on. Here's a complicated conundrum. So you're married to the one... because it's got a different head, right? So they've got different heads. They're different people. Technically, these are different people.
So if the one burps, it comes out of the other one's mouth in. Because you did the vape thing.
Okay, hang on. Maybe. I don't know if these two have... who knows how they're joined, but maybe they have the same vagina. So if they have the same vagina, you see, Ceylonia, the reason you're here is to help me solve this big problem this morning. If they have the same vagina and the one is married to him and she wants to have sex with him, but the other one has not given consent, can he at the same time as having sex with his wife also be a rapist? Think about that.
Whoa.
Serious problem, right?
That is a serious problem.
What if the other one is like, I don't want you. But she's like, but I also, it's my vagina too.
Yeah.
I want him, he's my husband. She's like, I don't care if he's your husband. I don't want him.
He has to get both of them in the mood.
He has to get both, and he has to give both permission.
What if the one has a headache and the other one is feeling frisky?
Because they got separate heads. So and you know how much of sex is in the head? It's in the mind.
No, I'm pretty sure that they take turns.
I mean, blowjob's easy, right? That's not a problem.
Goodness, that's actually true.
You know?
Yeah, maybe because, I mean,
he's got to be careful, obviously, with the other one so close.
I can make so many jokes right now. Gee, but I'm trying to do Miss Essay right now. Like,
I don't. And Miss, you told me it's not happening
I was
this
gonna
year, so
say, like,
don't worry about Miss
at
South
least she has
Africa.
2 holes.
Actually, technically, she could have 4. Think about it. The 2 mouths.
Okay, pressing on.
I mean,
on.
I think that's quite an interesting idea. Just, I'd like you to consider that this may be a new level of complication in a relationship.
But I
All
do
right.
take my hat off for him. He
Carl
goes
says
high
he's with the
emotion.
more attractive one. Shame. Back to my theory from earlier. Ugly people really battle. Yes, this is what we were talking about. He has a mental problem, seriously. You know, I don't think he has maybe he's genuinely in love with the one girl.
How do you feel about the Kardashians? I have a question for you.
Even if they were all joined into one body with all those
Why am I
heads.
laughing? Like, what is this a real
I'm
question?
trying to imagine like the Kardashians.
I don't
All
want
right,
to
so
talk about those. I want to ask you, how do
if
you
you-
feel about what they are doing to society? And their plastic surgery and all of that stuff.
you know, like
what-
you felt about the trans person, like let them be.
Yeah.
And why am I so interested? Like I feel that way about the Kardashians. I'm just not that
So
interested in
if
them.
Kim was trans, then
No, I
you
still
would
wouldn't.
have
No, I still wouldn't care.
not.
No, I mean the dad is right.
Yeah, he is exactly. Yeah.
The dad is a but he's an element of absolutely nothing but humor for me.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, is just hilarious. There's a picture. Have you got that picture of Caitlyn Jenner now, walking around in like Israel or whatever, and he's got the big hair like Peg
he's
from Married
trans.
with Children.
Yeah, she's a she. No?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You're never going to get me on
Okay.
that page. But,
But, yeah.
okay. Why do you care about the Kardashians?
No, to me it's an interesting topic of like what the media is portraying as what we should be as women with all the surgery.
You reckon
and
that the
all of
Kardashians are being held up as an example of what women
Big
should?
time.
Really?
I'm so
And you
sick
think a
of
lot
that.
of young women are
I'm
being
physically-
persuaded to be
to
like
be
that?
like that. Here's one thing, and I don't give advice. If something makes you feel less than online, unfollow it.
Yeah.
We don't have to stare at them the whole day. We don't have to stare
Agreed.
at Kylie and her tits and all of
Agreed.
that. Even with people in your own little bubble, like influencers. And
If
that
something
kind of
makes you feel bad, don't
thing,
spend time
unfollow
on
it.
it. Yeah.
Don't spend time on that.
I agree with that.
And I've only recently learned this. So I'm sorry, I use the Kardashians as a
Sure.
exception.
I mean,
as
they're an example of lots of stupid stuff. So
But
yeah.
my mental health has been so much better now that I've just stopped watching things that make me feel bad. Like rather just follow. Sorry, we're going back to the phone addiction thing.
Yeah.
Like make that a safe space for you. You know, rather look at people with 2 heads. That's way more inspiring.
I think it's way more exciting. Okay, so we've seen Renata Bliss.
Yeah.
We've seen the conjoined twins.
Are you big on TikTok? I haven't seen.
No, I don't even.
I
don't have a
don't-
TikTok
I
account.
don't have
Do
time
I
for
have a
TikTok.
TikTok account? If I do, I don't run it.
Every time I open TikTok, it feels like people are screaming at me.
I think of all the social media platforms, TikTok is the most dangerous. I really do, because it's the short form stuff
Yeah.
that trains your brain to kind of chase the dopamine. It gives you instant gratification. It doesn't hold your attention. The next dumbest is obviously, so in danger and dumbness, because they both correlate in my mind. You got TikTok, Snapchat,
I've never
Instagram,
used Snapchat in my life, but yeah.
WhatsApp.
Facebook.
Facebook is like,
I
it's
love
for
Facebook because
old
I get
people.
to see all the tunnies.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's
they
great
love me.
because you can check on. You know where Facebook's useful to me? It's the only place is birthdays. Like for people's birthdays, Facebook is terrific. But have I actually scrolled on Facebook? Not for ages. Do you do that?
I do because I like to see what my people are doing. You know, people post on Facebook. It's very family oriented.
So what are you on the most?
Instagram.
Instagram.
But
Okay.
I don't
think I
have
am
a
too, by the
million
way.
followers because I don't. It's expensive to get there. You know, on
What do you mean,
Instagram.
buying followers?
Yeah, buying followers, getting famous on Instagram. I'm
Do
not
you-
very good at that.
Okay, explain this to me though, because Ceylonia, I don't know anything about this, and I imagine, like you're carving out a career in media, among other things,
And
right?
it's stressing me out because I'm not.
Because people
as
judge you
high
by
up.
your number of followers.
Big time.
So you have to buy followers? Is this how it works?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to be famous on Instagram to make it. But it does help. It does help. But I'm not
I'm
part
always-
of that race. I don't want to be part of that race. I don't want to spend the whole day on my phone wondering how many tens of thousands of people have
No,
followed me today
please
or not.
don't.
Because it's
No,
a
don't. It's horrible.
business. The girls are making businesses out of it. But and this is me talking from experience, I feel behind.
Yeah.
I do feel behind. But am I going to go pay somebody so much to get me up there, or am I just going to have it naturally happen for me? And yeah, I mean,
But
you're
do
doing
you
great
have
on
to-
Instagram, but you have a team that helps you with that.
I don't.
Surely
No,
you
no,
don't do Instagram.
My Instagram I run myself. But we've
but you
got
have another one. You have,
no, we've got the Real Network, which is putting out content all that. But this is a professional media business,
you have
and we're doing, and we launched a new show last week with Kate Turkington, who's 90 years old, and she gets it. So it's amazing to me how people have, whether you're a kind of digital native who grew up with this stuff, or you're somebody who's only learned how to do it much later on in life. There are people who are just good at it and people who just get it. And I don't feel any pressure to put stuff on social media. In fact, I'd be very happy to just use it as a photo album and have no followers.
I am so glad I was not posting on TikTok and Instagram when I was 17 years old, because
Why?
the internet is forever.
Oh,
I'm
right.
so glad
Were
I
you
don't
worried
have a
that you
digital
had
of who
behaved
I used to be.
badly?
Yes, because it never leaves you. The other day, a journalist
Okay.
phones me. It was to do with the Miss Essay thing.
Yeah.
He's like, Ceylonia, are we going to find something in your past that's going to come up?
Dun, dun, dun.
And I was like, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm fine. I've lived. On Facebook at the beginning, I have my little party photos, but I've never done anything online that I'll regret. But I'm glad. So that's something, at least. Like, if you're going to have the internet, use it smartly.
I'm just
Do
looking.
you? Have you ever been called out about something that you've done in the past?
I've been doing so much of what I do publicly anyway that if people are surprised by anything these days, then I'll be surprised, to be perfectly honest. It just seems to me, when you've done, as we used to do, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week of solid talk, you would eventually catch me out if I were more or less interesting in the real world than I am on the show. I mean, I just have to, and anyone who has met me, who listens to the show, inevitably says something to the effect of, you're the same as you are on the show. And it's not because I'm
It's a huge compliment, that.
well,
Really?
it's only because I'm a shit actor, and it takes less energy.
Stand-up comedy.
It takes less energy to be the same in real life and on screen. It takes less energy. It's less demanding, and you don't have to remember two versions of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't help
it's
it.
wasted.
I can't help
But
it.
you are an actress deep down inside, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like somebody said the other day, and this is a clip that has been haunting me a little bit, is that authenticity is actually bullshit. This guy was saying, I'm not sure who it was, he reckons everybody's inauthentic. You are a different person when you're with your boss to when you are with your partner, romantic partner, when you're with your parents, grandparents, when you're with very formal people, in a formal setting. You do change. So he said there's no such thing as authenticity. And I don't know if I like that.
This is one of my favorite quotes is, I knew who I was this morning, but I've changed a few times since then.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, that's also why you can't base anything on your feelings.
But your personality mirrors the people that you are talking to. I know this. I match energies within a work environment. You can't be high energy and that person is low energy. Then you're just annoying that person. You can't be low energy and that person is having the best time.
Yeah.
You match them. You become who you need to be in the room. Emotional intelligence, I suppose. Isn't that the same thing?
Okay.
So authenticity, whatever's being presented to you, you show up to the moment.
Okay, so what would be your perfect scenario 5 years from now? I mean, you're quite into this Miss South Africa thing at the moment. Hope it happens. I really do. I mean, if it's something you want to do, because there have been Miss South Africas.
I want to do it for the cause. So I want to, yeah.
Okay, there've been Miss South Africas who've really done an amazing job, right? And some of them are still out there doing incredible things.
Yeah.
Basitsana,
Mia Leroux, even right now, she's almost done.
Vanessa Carrera, who I've known for years. There are obviously women back in the day, Annalene Creel or whoever
so
else, right?
I slept in Annalene Creel's room for a year at the Fisher of the Sun in PE.
Oh, wow.
I lived in her space. It's Saul Kersner's place.
Right, okay.
And it was so weird. I could feel her. I don't know if she knows who I am, but I am like obsessed with her. So she
Okay.
actually didn't win. She came second, and then the lady who did win, they found out she was pregnant, and she stepped up into
I don't know
being
that.
Miss SA.
Because that was before I was really paying attention.
I would love to play
was like 5
Annalene
years
Creel
old
in
or
a
something.
movie, please. Or Gigi. Or
Okay.
Gigi the stripper.
Gigi the stripper, I know her too.
Please, Gigi,
All right, but hang on.
I would be so good for her.
If you think about those Miss South Africas, you say the cause, but like what are you going to do? Like run a soup kitchen?
No. Okay, so hear me out.
Tell me what your cause is.
I didn't enter Miss South Africa to put a crown on my head. Like, I can do that. I can play that character.
You can go to Hollywood costumes.
I don't,
Dress up,
it's
sure.
fine. I was working for ENCA at the time, and they asked me, they were like, Ceylonia, why don't you do Miss SA? And it took me a while. I was like, maybe not. Maybe I would. Maybe. I was for public speaking. I'm not, as you can notice, I'm very democrat the way I talk.
No, you're not. You've
But
made a lot of sense. You've
If
actually
I can be put
you've
into
stood
a-
up to me on all kinds of things this morning. I wasn't expecting this.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm kind of proud of that. I'm going to watch this back and be like, oh,
Yeah.
word.
No, you did well.
No,
Carry on.
I do think that public speaking wise and the journey that you go on learning about yourself and fighting for something is priceless with Miss SA. Imagine how strong whether I win or not, that's irrelevant. So they had a reality TV series, but it's been cancelled now. That's what I wanted to do. I really
What was
wanted to
their
be on
show
that
that you wanted to be on?
Sorry?
What was the show you wanted to be on?
It was called Crown Chasers. And it was about getting to know us and teaching us how to, become public figures.
Oh, so it was a reality
so-
TV show
yes,
based on
Miss
beauty
SA.
pageants.
So let me fall into this for a moment because it's quite important to me.
Go on.
My gran passed away. Her name was Ceylonia.
Is that where your name comes from?
Yes. She lived in Zimbabwe. And she was under the care of a caretaker for about a whole year because she had a brain aneurysm. This caretaker crawled into my heart. She took such good care of my gran through everything, bathing her.
How bad was your gran? Was she because of
She
brain
was
aneurysm?
There, she was there, but she couldn't talk. But weird things like she could draw, she could listen to music. We kind of knew she was listening, but she couldn't respond. But it messed me up. I was like, that's Ceylonia, that's me, But this caretaker, I couldn't believe how much effort she put into just being there for my gran and getting to know her without her actually even being to talk. And I thought to myself, how little older people get that kind of help and love.
Yeah. I mean, most of us just throw our old people
We
into
throw
our
them
home and forget about
away.
them.
And so many young people that have to take care of their elderly, their
So
older
this is
people.
your
They
cause?
can't. This is my cause.
Okay.
And after my granddad,
But don't you
I
think
was
old
like,
people are they smell of wee? A lot of them don't know what the fuck's going on.
It doesn't matter.
They stumble around.
they've
Have you heard
lived.
how horny they are?
have lived.
James, do you remember
They
we
are
were?
our.
Let me tell you, we were talking about this the other day. I know that's a great cause, and I'm not making fun
How,
of you.
but Gareth, getting there,
No,
getting to that
listen
point
to
of
this.
helping them.
I'm telling
it's
you
gonna
something
take a lot.
fascinating. Shut up about your old people, okay?
Sorry.
Fucking smelly old people. Listen to this. Apparently, old age homes, they have tons of sex.
I know they have.
They're
always-
apparently pumping each other's brains out in those old age homes. At night, they cross the corridor with their Zimmer frames and their walkers.
Yeah.
Like they knock on each other's doors. This old tunny opens up for that old man. That old man goes to that old tunny.
Yeah.
They're all just having sex the whole time.
I want to get them better health care for all the STDs. I'm like, yeah, julle met my gooi bokkies. Let them be.
I mean, in some ways, what else are they going to do?
I do want them to just, Japan, they really respect their elderly. I want South Africa to be the kind of place that we take care of our older people. Because
you
we're
know
going to get
what?
old too.
I agree with you.
I think in my life that somebody like me showed up
Yeah.
for me, because we don't know financially.
No, that's thank God. You see, this is again your empathy. So I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, you're going to be 30 and I'll be 47, 48. So I'll be a very old man and you'll still have good 18 years on me, okay? then you can come and look after me in the old age home.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna
And
be
I'll-
pumping.
But I'll be
You're
the
gonna
most
be
horrible
pumping.
old man. I'll be mean to small children and animals. And you can like hit me with a stick or whatever and make sure that I go to sleep at
Gareth,
night.
I
Or
will come read for you and I will make
come
you
and
laugh.
read. Okay, come and read for me
No,
when I'm
there's
very old.
simple
I like that.
things, yeah.
Just by the way, and it is an important cause. There are horrible stories that a lot of these old people are abused in these old age homes by the carers. So the fact that your gran had a good carer is actually a very nice
I don't want to
thing.
bring up all that I know about that, but there are some horrific things. that
Yeah,
going
there are
on and
terrible
stuff. They
things.
literally are in jails,
Right.
in prisons. But yeah, let's not focus on that. But the point is, however I can help when it comes to, even if I don't do Miss South Africa, you know, I just have a thing for old people. I could have worked with kids. I could have changed but I already do work with kids. Everybody wants
you
to
do,
do
the
stuff for the kids.
gymnastics
Who's
stuff.
doing things for the older
Okay,
people?
but you if you have to choose, is it going to be the old people or the gymnastics kids?
No, the old people.
Okay,
Kids,
all right. That's the thing you really care about.
No, the old people need us. Would go teach the old people how to do handstands.
Well, if only Ozzy Osbourne had you in his life, he might have lasted a bit longer, right?
Oh, this is
Shame, poor old Ozzy. Okay, one last clip I want to show you quickly before we do the weather. This is actually quite cool. So we talked a little bit about dwarves the other day. Dwarves came up on the show.
You know how much money dwarves make on OnlyFans?
I don't know how much money they make on it. Tell me how. Tell me how much money a dwarf makes on OnlyFans.
A lot of money.
Really? Do you know any dwarves who are on
No, I
OnlyFans?
just follow them
Really?
because I just. Why did I say that?
Play
now?
the circus music. All right, so here's a clip of my favorite show, which is Curb Your Enthusiasm. And and I love the way this guy talks about dwarves. Listen to this. You'll like this too.
You like little women?
Fucking love them.
Yeah.
They call them midgets or dwarfs.
What?
I stack two on top of each other, make one whole woman. Tap that ass.
Tap that ass. I love that guy. He is so awesome.
That's Curb Your
you stack,
Enthusiasm.
yeah, you stack two of those little women. We call them dwarves. You stack two of them on top of each other. You get a full woman. Tap that ass. What a great guy. All right. The real voice, I can hear it, says Nunya Biz. The see Gareth, dwarf porn is a thing. Yeah, I didn't doubt that, but it's just not. It's not something I would. Would you ever pay to see like weird, freaky people having sex? I don't think I could ever pay for that. The fact that people go on OnlyFans and give them money is beyond me.
I would travel overseas, maybe. I don't want to see it in South Africa.
All right, are we going to do some weather? All right, this is very exciting.
Wait, how are we going to do this?
I'll give you the phone, and then there's weather on the phone, and you're just
I
going to.
know what the weather is today.
Okay, so really, do you pay attention to these things?
Yeah, I still watch, but no, I'm
All right, how do you want to do this, James?
sour.
Yes. Yes. Oh no, she's. Oh. Okay, James has got a whole complicated fucking thing. Let's just pretend. Okay, it's just pretend.
I'm down. Like, it's fine.
All right, here we go. So Ceylonia is here. She's going to give us the weather. I don't know what James is doing. He's pushing you around.
I'm listening to Flex.
I've
Okay.
never looked on a green screen, which is quite
I just want it to look like the weather. It doesn't have to actually be the weather. Okay? Okay. So here we go. Where do you want her to stand, James? Right, stand there. Okay, just stand there and like let's put the screen up and then we just pretend. That's all we need to do. All right. Did Marco says did she say she only follows OnlyFans dwarves? No, she said she has seen them on other social media, right? You're not paying for them. No. All right. Now imagine how Siamese dwarf porn would do. Yeah, that would be frightening. Sile says, watch dwarf and midget boxing. No, I don't think I want to see that. She doesn't want to get up because of my comments, says Bitcoin But. No, nobody cares about your comments, Bitcoin But. And then, lol, I'm here for the comments, says Andrew. Okay, very good. So I'm glad you're having a lot of fun in there. It's going to be 7 degrees in Sandton with a high of 15 and a low of now 7 degrees is our low right now. Okay, so how are we going to do this? James, just direct. Well, there we go. Look, check, you got the fucking weather. Look at that. That's awesome. All right.
But can I do it the way that I've always
You
done
can do it any way you want. Just go. Just give us the weather. All right. Tap that ass. we'll make a whole woman tap that ass. That guy is the best. All right, go. Just give us the weather. Talk some shit and like pretend it's the real weather.
I love how I still think it's
Yeah.
Good morning, South Africa. Let's take a look at your weather. We have an orange level 2
Yeah.
warning for disruptive rainfall in KZN.
Yeah.
Temperature-wise, Bronkhorstspruit is looking at 20.
Who gives a fuck about
22
Bronkhorstspruit?
degrees. Pretoria is
Does anyone
looking
live
at
in Bronkhorstspruit?
23 degrees. But the actual temperatures today is Johannesburg is going to be a low of 6 to a high of 15 to 16 degrees.
All right, that's handy, yeah.
Pretoria probably 17 degrees. Cape Town is also looking at 17 degrees. And KZN is at 21 degrees.
I like it.
Yeah.
This
And
is so
there's
great.
There's a cold front coming on Monday.
All right, this is
So none of
perfect.
this makes any sense.
I think we got to start doing regular weather here.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
I think you should hire me. I would
Yeah,
make you a lot of money.
a lot of people are saying though that your coat / dressing gown they find that you're making them cold basically because you look cold. All right, very good. You're good. You're good at this camera stuff. Clearly, you have experience. Huh? I think you like it. I think you like it. I could just leave you. James, just let's finish the show and just leave her in here. She's gonna carry on entertaining herself. All right, everybody. Thank you. That's all we got time for this morning, but we are actually wrapping up. It is 8 o'clock. Have an excellent Wednesday, Ceylonia. It's so nice to meet you. And yeah, I hope we see you again. Don't get killed in any movies. All right? If you could possibly help it. And you've made a deal that you will look after me when I'm a very old man and hit me with a stick if I behave badly. All right, thank you. No, I don't want to say. Let's just keep it to keep me in line, all right? There we go. I've got a deal that she will come and make me watch porn and read me books as an old man. This is terrific. This is all I've ever wanted. All right. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Successful interview. We'll see you on Friday at 6 a.m. Oh, no, wait. This is important. We won't be here on Friday. Yeah, it's my fault. I'm away on Friday, so we won't do a live show on Friday, but we'll be back next week for all 3 shows. And we've only got a few of those weeks left, so stick around. Change is coming. It's not a bad thing. Bye.